The morning sun rose softly over the savanna, painting the tall grass in shades of gold and green. The air was calm, filled only with the distant hum of insects and the chirping of birds. In the middle of that peaceful world walked a mother elephant and her little calf, their silhouettes majestic against the horizon. The calf, playful and full of energy, splashed through a shallow stream, trumpeting softly. The mother watched him with gentle eyes, her trunk brushing the top of his head like a warm, protective hand. But peace in the wild never lasts for long. The mother paused suddenly, lifting her head. Her ears spread wide, her eyes searching. Something was wrong. The wind carried a strange scent, sharp, earthy, threatening. The bushes rustled nearby. A huge porcupine emerged, its quills standing upright like a wall of daggers, eyes dark and unyielding. The mother let out a low trumpet of warning. The porcupine hissed back, its quills rattling. The calf stepped closer to her legs, frightened. The moment stretched in tension, predator and protector, face to face. And then, in an instant, the porcupine spun and thrust its quills toward her. The sound of pain ripped through the quiet air. The elephant's cry echoed across the plains as sharp quills buried deep into your trunk and cheeks. The calf squealed in panic, circling her as she stumbled. The porcupine disappeared into the tall grass, leaving behind chaos and fear. The mother tried to breathe, but every movement of her trunk brought unbearable pain. She touched the calf gently, as if to say, "It's all right," but even that simple gesture made her wince. The calf looked up at her, eyes wide, and let out a desperate cry, high-pitched, pleading, echoing far beyond the trees. That cry reached the ears of a man traveling nearby on a dusty road. He stopped his jeep and looked toward the sound. "What was that?" he murmured, stepping out. The cries continued, soft, fading, heart-wrenching. He followed them through the grass, pushing aside branches until he saw them, a baby elephant standing beside his injured mother. The man froze for a moment, struck by the sight. "Oh my God, what happened to you?" He took a cautious step forward. The mother lifted her head and trumpeted in warning, her body shaking. "Easy, easy there," he said gently. "I won't hurt you." He crouched down, moving slowly. "You need help, don't you?" The baby looked at him and then back at his mother, as if asking her to trust this strange creature. The man saw the quills, long, thick spikes buried deep in her trunk. Blood dripped slowly to the ground. He swallowed hard, pulling out his phone. "Hello, rescue team speaking?" came a voice on the other end. "This is John. I've found a mother elephant injured by porcupine quills. She's in pain and won't let me get close. Please send a rescue team immediately." "Sir, please share your location. Our team will arrive in about 12 minutes. John sent the coordinates and looked back at the elephants. "Hang on," he whispered. "Help is coming." The mother watched him with weary eyes. Her breathing grew heavier. The calf stayed close to her side, trembling. John didn't move. He simply sat a few feet away, speaking softly so they could hear his calm voice. "You're strong," he said quietly. "Don't give up now." Minutes later, the distant rumble of a vehicle broke the stillness. The rescue truck arrived, dust swirling behind its tires. 4 men jumped out, carrying tranquilizer rifles, gloves, and medical kits. Their leader, a woman named Naira, took charge. "Keep low. We'll need to sedate her first before removing the quills." The team spread out in a semicircle. John guided them quietly. "She's right there. Careful, she's protective of her calf." Naira raised her rifle and aimed. A soft hiss filled the air as the dart flew. It hit gently on the elephant's shoulder. The mother flinched, but didn't charge. Within moments, her legs weakened, and she slowly sank to her knees, her trunk resting on the earth. The calf trumpeted in alarm, but Naira approached, soothing him with a low, steady voice. "It's all right, little one. She's just sleeping. We'll help her." The team moved quickly. They examined the quills, dozens of them stuck deep in her trunk and cheeks. One medic held her steady, while another began removing the quills one by one. Each pull left small wounds that needed cleaning and bandaging. John watched silently, his heart pounding. Sweat ran down his face as the sun climbed higher. "How bad is it?" he asked. "She's lucky," Naira replied. "If the quills had gone deeper, she might not have survived. But she's strong. She'll make it." The calf stood near Naira, touching her arm gently with his small trunk, as if understanding she was helping. Everyone smiled for a brief moment before getting back to work. After an hour of careful treatment, the last quill was removed. The wounds were disinfected, and medicine was applied. Naira nodded. "All right, we're done. Let's reverse the tranquilizer." A few minutes later, the mother began to stir. Her ears twitched, her eyes fluttered open. She lifted her trunk, weakly at first, then stronger. The calf trumpeted joyfully and ran to her side. John stepped back, his face filled with relief. "She's awake," he said softly. The mother stood, towering once again, although her body still trembled. She looked at the humans who had helped her, then at her calf. For a long moment, she simply stared, a silent gesture of gratitude. Then she turned and wrapped her trunk around her baby, pulling him close. Naira smiled. "You did good, Mama. You're safe now." John walked closer, keeping a respectful distance. "You're heroes," he said to the team. Naira shook her head. "No, the real hero is her. She fought to protect her child." They packed their equipment as the elephants began to walk slowly toward the open plains. The sun was setting now, casting long golden shadows across the field. John looked one last time at the mother and her calf. "Goodbye, you two," he said softly. The mother turned her head slightly, her eyes meeting his for a brief, unforgettable second. Then she lifted her trunk high and let out a deep, echoing trumpet that rolled across the savannah, a sound of strength, survival, and eternal bond between mother and child. The rescue truck drove away, leaving behind a trail of dust and a story that would live forever in their hearts. As night settled over the land, the moon rose quietly, watching over the two elephants standing side by side.